Got that on?
Yes.
Okay, good. That's an important part. All right. Make sure I got it right. So today we are continuing with our salad series for January. Basically, we're going to do a very luxurious salad today. It's a crab salad. It's crab louis. One of my favorite things when I go to San Francisco is to go to Skoma's restaurant and get a crab louis, which in my opinion is one of the best crab louis made in the country. So today we're going to make it at home. Remember, the most important thing when you're making salads at home is don't use bottled dressing, make your own dressing. So I'll show you how to make a really good louis dressing. We'll get some really nice fresh crab and we'll put the salad together. We got our crab from Santa Monica Seafood in Costa Mesa. We like Santa Monica Seafood because their seafood is always really fresh. And one of the most important things, especially for me, if you're going to do any kind of seafood dish, you need it to be super, super fresh. Because if it's even a day old, if it's not refrigerated properly, it's going to wind up tasting really fishy. And I don't want a really fishy flavor. I want a fresh flavor like the sea. We're going to have fresh crab from Santa Monica Seafood in our crab louis, and I'll show you how I got it in a while. But first, let's make our louis dressing. So to make a louis dressing, you can make your own mayonnaise, egg, oil, maybe a little vinegar, lemon juice, but I like the taste of Best Foods mayo, so I'm going to use that. It's a little bit of a shortcut, but you know what? Who cares?
I care.
You care?
Yes.
Okay, you make the mayo then. Okay, you start out with a cup of mayonnaise, whether you make it or whether you get it out of a jar. Okay, now because this is keto, we're going to use a sugar-free ketchup rather than a regular ketchup because regular ketchup has a ton of sugar in it and you can't really have it on keto. But you need the flavor of the ketchup, so we're using the sugar-free ketchup. Now, you add in a quarter cup of low-sugar ketchup. Add in a teaspoon of dehydrated onion flakes. You want to take 2 green olives. I have particularly large ones. They don't have to be particularly large. But you want to get about 2 teaspoons of chopped up green olives. So I use about 2 whole green olives. And again, the proportions here, they don't have to be exact. Everything's to taste. Oh, never mind. Okay, 2 green olives, chopped up pretty fine. Throw it in there. Okay, you want to take somewhere between 1/2 and 1/4 clove of garlic and squish it in there. Not a whole bunch, just a little bit to give it a slight garlic flavor. Put in about 1/4 cup of minced scallions, a teaspoon of horseradish, the kind that clears your nose. Put in a teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce. Roughly 2½ teaspoons of lemon juice. And then optional, somewhere around 1/8 of a teaspoon of chili powder. We're using ancho chili powder here, but you can use just ordinary chili powder if you want. I like the taste of ancho. Now just mix it all up. And there you have your louis dressing. Taste it, make sure it tastes right. You can add salt and pepper if you want. I don't think this needs it. So this is our dressing. We're ready to make our salad next. So we got back from Santa Monica Seafood. We got really fresh fish. We got a whole big thing of crab. This is more than we're going to need for one salad, but that means we'll just have more than one salad. And then we got some salmon because Young wants salmon for dinner tomorrow night. That's okay. All right. Now here is how to make this incredibly decadent salad. We got some pickled beets. And pickled beets, in my opinion, are an essential on this salad. Skoma's always uses it on theirs. You can make your own beets. You can use canned beets, or you can buy a pre-made pickled beet, which I did because it was just sitting there at Santa Monica Seafood. I know they make good stuff, so how could I say no to it? So that's what we got. I also got some asparagus. And again, you can steam your own asparagus and put it on here. But they had it. They were all steamed up. They had some garlic with them. I decided, great, we're going to use this on the salad. The thing about this salad is you put what you want on it. I have certain things I like on it, and I'm going to use those. The asparagus, you lay that out. So we have romaine lettuce here. The traditional salad often uses iceberg lettuce, and iceberg lettuce is great on it, but so is romaine. I like the taste of romaine better than iceberg. Iceberg is kind of boring and plain. Romaine also has some protein in it, so that makes it good for a keto diet. Put your asparagus in one place, and the way you lay this out isn't essential, but you want to make it look good, however you want it to look. We sliced up about a quarter of a cucumber. And we're going to go ahead and lay that out here. You want to take an egg, hard-boiled egg, cut it in wedges, don't slice it. I just like the way it looks in wedges, it looks better. Cut some tomatoes in wedges. We used Roma tomatoes here. I like that. They're a little bit sweeter than your average tomatoes. If you can get tomatoes and not refrigerate them, if you can get them from a farmer's market, they're going to be even sweeter and tastier. So definitely do that. There's a chemical in tomatoes that when you refrigerate it, it loses the flavor. So you don't want to be in that situation. Take 2 or 3 green onions. They're a nice thing to lay out on this thing too. Ooh, flying green onions. Okay. Now take your pickled beets. Put the pickled beets out around the place. Now you'll hear people on keto say, oh, you can't have beets because they're very high in sugar. Well, they are higher in sugar than other vegetables, but they have a lot of fiber in them. They've got lots of nutrition, and you can eat them on keto as long as you don't overdo it. And now last but not least, the piece de resistance, the crab. And you have to have fresh crab on this salad or why bother? This is Dungeness crab. It was the best they had at Santa Monica Seafood. It's very fresh. It's expensive. It's like $40 a pound. But you know what? This is a splurge. You can enjoy yourself here. All right. The best way to arrange it, in my opinion, is use an ice cream scooper, and that way you get a scoop on it, like that. Now this is a salad that Young and I are going to share, so we're going to have a little extra crab on here. And there you have it. You can put a little dressing on the top. You can eat it. It'll be delicious. pepper. That's always good on salad. When you order this in San Francisco, you might get it with some sourdough on the side. You might have some clam chowder and maybe a glass of Chardonnay along with it. All wonderful. But on keto, you can't have the sourdough and the clam chowder. It's hard to make. Maybe we'll try making it sometime. It's fine just by itself. It's a decadent salad. It's always delicious. I'm going to taste just to make sure I didn't screw it up. Perfect. Fresh crab, little salty, little oceany, not fishy at all. Really good with the salad. Young and I are going to sit down for lunch and we're going to eat this thing all up between the two of us.